Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, first of all, I am so sorry. It has been 66 days since I have posted on my YouTube channel, and I just want to apologize because I am the worst YouTuber to ever exist in the planet of YouTubers. I honestly feel like we are in a very toxic relationship where I tell you guys I'm gonna change and I'm gonna do better, and there I go, neglecting you guys again and leaving you guys again. And I really just need to work on myself because I genuinely feel like we're just in a toxic cycle that I can't get myself out of. But I am so sorry. Thank you guys for still being here and still asking me for YouTube videos and still watching, because I would have left my ass a long time ago. A long time ago. But this has been long overdue, guys. You guys already know life's just changing, and honestly always the same excuses. Life is changing, but not a romantic song coming up. Oh my god. Cue music. But I feel like it's always life, but it is always life. And if you guys have grown with me throughout the years, I know a lot of you guys who watch me are, you know, late 20s, early 30s, moms, wives, you know, a lot of us are business owners, a lot of us, you know, have day-to-day lives. So I know you guys get me, and I know that you guys are honestly so understanding, although I just need to really get back on my YouTube game. And just, you know, also my camera broke, so that was also something that I was going through at the time because I didn't have a camera. But then I did get a camera like 3 weeks ago, so that's not an excuse anymore. I have my camera and I just need to pick it up. I'm actually going to be going this weekend on a road trip to Stockton, so I am going to vlog my whole weekend so that way I can start giving you guys like Monday vlogs and just doing also more sit down videos. I really do miss the sit down videos, guys, and I just miss talking to you guys and sharing life with you guys, getting ready with you guys, you know, showing you guys live, because so much has changed. But I want to update you guys with everything that's been going on. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me a bunch of questions, and honestly, I'm not going to go in any specific order because I didn't screenshot any of them. I'm just going to kind of read them as they pop up, so that way we can just kind of get to a flow. But the first question for sure is how life has been, okay? And that's just very vague. Just a quick little update for you guys with what my routine and my life has been looking like. Obviously, I do social media for a living. I post on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on YouTube. And if any of you guys are content creators, you guys know how hard it is to just be consistent in general. That's like the hardest part. You know, being consistent. The job itself is not a hard job. It's just having to be consistent with your normal day-to-day is always going to be the biggest challenge. And me being consistent on all of my platforms, I try my best to just be active in every single area, because if I'm not on Snapchat, everyone's like, oh my god, you're not on Snapchat. If I don't post on TikTok, baby girl, where you been? If I'm not on Instagram, it's like, hello, you forgot about us. If I'm not on YouTube, it's like, hello, you're YouTube girls, you know? So it's like a lot of content creation that I'm just like, can we get rid of a few of them so we could just focus on like one platform? But the easiest for me is definitely always YouTube. It's so much easier to just talk to you guys. That's like the easiest for me. Content creation on other platforms, obviously it's a little bit more time consuming and you have to be more creative. I feel like when I'm on YouTube, I just feel like ultimately myself, and also on TikTok, like on TikTok live. But that's been like the hardest thing, just having to balance all of those things. And on top of that, I'm also a business owner, and I'm also a mom of 3 little human beings, and I'm a wife, you know? So all those things combined, I honestly don't know how I haven't went fucking crazy, because I do feel like I do a pretty good job at managing life. It's just I will somehow lack in another area, you know? I am at home with my kids a lot more now. My mom actually left back to Stockton, and if you guys were on my live, you guys know that I kind of shared that with you guys. My mom decided to go back to Stockton. It was a mutual decision, mutual conversation that we had. And a little backstory on that: my mom has been helping us here for the past couple of years since we moved to LA, and she has been a tremendous help, okay? But my mom is also older, and I have little babies. Like, I have Mateo, who's fucking crazy, okay? He's so crazy. He's like a Tasmanian little devil. And then I have Max and Camila, who do require like a little bit more attention. They're chill, you know, they'll keep themselves entertained, but they definitely need a little bit more mom one-on-one, you know, like homework. And, you know, Camila, you know, she likes to just want to spend a lot of time with her mom, and they just want to be with their mom. And although my mom was doing an amazing job at helping me raise my children, it's a lot for her. And I feel like for many years, I kept telling her, you know, I want you here to just enjoy your grandchildren. You know, when they're here, like, I want you to just have fun being with them. And I want you to enjoy being here. Kind of like, we retired you, so like, enjoy yourself. And Mateo, you know, he is a baby, so they do require a lot more attention. But I would actually take Mateo to work, so she would just kind of like watch him here and there. But even when we were all here at home, I found myself her just keeping herself very busy. Like, she's like, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to cook this, and I need to, and she wouldn't just sit, you know? So these were conversations that I would have with her consistently, like, Mom, I need you to relax. Mom, I need you to chill. Mom, I need you to stop being like bouncing off walls. And ultimately, I feel like she felt like I needed her to be doing these things. And I had to have those conversations where it was like, Mom, I don't need you here. I want you here. I want you to enjoy your life. And she just was wanting to take so much load off of me. And although I am so grateful and I appreciate it, it's not good on my end to have my mom also continue to raise kids that, one, she didn't ask to have, you know, like, these are my babies. And I feel like, although I do appreciate her help, we just didn't know how to separate those two things of when I'm home, I'm mom, and you can just like watch them occasionally, and, you know, vice versa. So I had that conversation with her, and I just feel like she was just going to be so much happier with my older sister, well, with my sister Viv, because her kids are so much older already. All my mom has to do is just, you know, make food if she does, and just have an eye on them, you know, like, they're older already. She's going to be able to just chill and relax, and she's back home with all of her friends and her family. Like, I feel like she definitely was sacrificing so much to be out here, and it wasn't fair for her, and it wasn't fair in general to just put her through any of that, you know? So like I said, this was all like ongoing conversations, and she was really sad. Like, she didn't want, you know, I feel like she genuinely wants to make sure that I'm okay, as any mom should. And I feel like I just had to like cut the umbilical cord and be like, Mom, it's time. I appreciate you. I love you. I think it's time for me to be a mom, you know? And although I know my life was going to be 10 times more chaotic, I was willing to do that, because at the end of the day, they're my kids and I'm the one who's married. And it's just those things of like, I appreciate my mom. And I know that there's so many grandmas and moms who are not like that. And I don't take any of that for granted, because there's so many grandmas who, unfortunately, they're like, I'm done raising children. Like, peace out, girl, figure it out. So like, I do appreciate that. But, you know, it was time for me to just kind of be like, you need to chill. You know, you're older already. You're like older already. And although she feels like she's unstoppable and can do anything, which she can, you know, sometimes I'm more tired than she is. However, she's just superwoman, and she's never going to stop unless I put a stop to it, right? So with that being said, my life has changed a lot. So now it's just Ulises and I at home with the kiddos, which has also been such a different transition for us, because Ulises and I have never been alone. Okay, we have never just had our kids on our own. And the last time Ulises and I lived together by ourselves was when we first got married. And this was like 7 years ago. You know, as soon as we moved, Yvette moved in with us. And Yvette was with us for many years. And then after Yvette moved out, I moved to LA. And then my mom moved in with us. So we have never had just life, him and I. So it has been a little bit of a transition, but it has been, you know, really good for us too. There's more on our plates, but we also do so well with schedule that I feel like that's something that I learned so much from him, that he likes a lot of structure and I'm very chaotic. So I feel like it has helped me just really like calm down and like balance my life. I have sat down with my kids the most that I have ever sat down with my kids in the past like 2 weeks. And it's kind of sad, but it's like, it was also like a reality check for me that I'm like, wow, like I really needed to just give myself a little pressure to just be more present, because I was just like, go, 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 work, 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 you know? And, yeah, it's been really, really, really good for us. Now we're on like on a routine. Like it's just him and I with Mateo, and the flexibility is that we both work from home. You know, if it was just myself, I probably feel like it would be so much harder for me, but I love that him and I work from home. So, you know, when he has to go to the warehouse, I'll stay with Mateo. When I need to go to the warehouse, he'll stay with Mateo. If we need to go to the warehouse together, we'll just take Mateo, and, you know, he's with us all the time. And then we pick up the kids because they're in school. And then after the kids get out of school, they get picked up around 3:30, and when they get picked up, we come back home. And then once we're home, unless I have like a long work day, like mandatory work day, then I will, you know, stay until 5, and then he'll handle all of that. But if I honestly, to be honest with you, I have so much flexibility at work. Like if I don't have to be there, I won't be there, and I know the girls got it. So we just come home, you know, we get the kids showered. That's kind of like what my life's been looking like. We get the kids showered. We will go like on a little walk, or if the kids want to like play outside for a little while, kids will do their thing. They'll be in the playroom watching a movie, doing homework. And honestly, the night just goes by fast. Like as soon as we pick up the kids, it's like home, homework, dinner, you know, maybe like a movie or something for them to watch real quick, and then bedtime. They're in bed by 7:30, 8 o'clock the latest. And then Ulises and I could just chill, you know, the kids are asleep, and him and I can cuddle and watch a movie and just bond. And honestly, it's been working great. It's been really, really, really good. Ulises is the most excited because he finally walked around his house naked, and he never used to be able to do that in his calzones, you know, like he was always hiding to make sure like nobody saw him in his boxers. So it's like those little things you don't realize sometimes when you live with people, that you're like, wow, like things really do change in so many different ways, you know? But I'm excited for the kids to see my mom this weekend, and now I feel like even more excited when I do go see her. It's like that relationship, I just feel like I appreciate it so much more. Like although we always had a great relationship, I feel like I miss her a little bit more. The kids miss her a little bit more, and she's just more excited to see them, and she doesn't feel like super overstimulated or anything like that. So yeah, that's kind of like what life has been. And then I'm at the warehouse, you know, twice a week. And I have my girls who are running EXO Cosmetics. We have been super, super, super great with the brand right now. And we just launched lip kits, 6 lip kits. If you guys have not picked them up, they're honestly amazing, guys, and you need to get your hands on them. I'm wearing Dream Girl right now, and it's such a beautiful shade. And yeah, work, and then honestly just trying to be consistent with like my sponsorships and working as an influencer, and, you know, creating content for you guys, so you guys don't forget about me, and you guys, you know, don't leave me, and, you know, get over me and move on to content creators who are more active than I am, you know. And it's like that's the battle of life, that I just need to get better at picking up my content, because the quicker I realize that everything could be content and I could be bringing you guys around my whole life, the easier it will be for me. You know, it's picking up the freaking camera that gets so hard, because like I have Mateo, and like it's like chaotic, you know, like I can't do all of it at once. So I told Elisa he needs to get better also like picking up the camera and recording me, because we're both like really, really bad at being content creators. I'm like, how did I pick this as a fucking career? Who put me here? Okay, but I just gave you guys a whole freaking life update. That's the whole video. But I know you guys have a lot of questions. Oh, a lot of you guys have also been asking me how I have been losing weight, okay? And I'm actually surprised, because I haven't been losing weight. I actually have, this is not the heaviest, but this is probably the most weight I have been, like the most consistent weight I have been at. I'm 135 pounds right now, and my normal weight, when you guys normally see me when I'm like losing weight, I'm like at 125. 120 like has been like my lowest, where you guys are like, oh, okay, Blanca, are you stressed? So I have been going through a lot of like physical changes, because I've been eating a little bit healthier, but now I feel like I'm not having enough fiber, so I'm not having like a lot of bowel movements. I went from having IBS and my gallbladder removed, and having so many like issues with going to the restroom, that I was just like always having the runs, and I was like losing weight because I couldn't keep anything in, to now I feel like I'm maintaining most of my weight and sometimes gaining some weight because I'm having like really irregular bowel movements. And I did address it to my doctor because I actually told him that I felt like I needed to get a colonoscopy. He didn't feel like I needed it because I wasn't having any symptoms of anything like bad, but I'm like, doctors always fucking do that shit, you know? And I'm like, I want you to do a colonoscopy on me because I'm having irregular bowel movements. And he's like, are your stools pencil thin? I'm like, no. And then he's like, are you having excessive diarrhea? I'm like, no. I'm like, is it occasional? I'm like, yes. And he's like, so there's nothing wrong with you. And I'm like, I'm not trying to find something wrong with me. I just want to make sure there isn't, in case there is, because I deal with a lot of IBS. I get really bad stomach aches. You guys know this has been like a long journey for me, and I just want to rule everything out, you know? So that's something that with my health, I have been feeling so much better. I have been feeling so good about my anxiety. I have not been anxious. I have not been dealing with any anxiety. Like, gracias a Dios, I have just been so much better. I've just been more calmer, more relaxed. I haven't been having panic attacks. I get anxious occasionally when like I have work or like I have like something big happening. Normal anxiousness. I have not been dreading life, you know, like I used to. And I am in such a just better space, in such a happier space. And this past couple of like 6-7 months have just been peaceful and calm. And you know, I've been, you know, going on my morning walks, and I've just been more active. I've been eating cleaner. I have been feeling better. You know, all of those things have definitely progressed. But when I started noticing those bowel movement changes, I was like, is this just because I'm now going to like a regular bowel movement rather than like the explosive diarrhea that I used to fucking have that I got so used to? So I think that was like the shift for me. But yeah, that's like the little update with like me losing weight. I haven't really been losing weight or anything or like maintaining. I've just been pretty consistent. I have been wanting to lose some weight though. I want to be like comfortably at like 125. That would be like my comfortable weight. That's where I feel like I look and feel my best. So that's the goal. But I'll let you guys know just kind of like what we're doing and what like Ulises and I in our routine to help me achieve that. But thank you guys for the compliments of me glowing and feeling skinny. And feeling skinny, guys. I appreciate it. Next, a lot of you guys also were having questions about Mateo. Mateo has also been feeling so much better. We did end up getting his results for his MRI. For those of you guys who are tuning in for the first time and don't know, my youngest son, and my daughter, my middle daughter, have febrile seizures. So they have been experiencing febrile seizures since they were babies. And Camila only had 2, and she never got one anymore. I do feel like she outgrew them already. She's 5. I know that you don't outgrow them until like 6-ish, but she has not. She gets fevers all the time, and she does not get any seizures. Mateo, my baby, he has had like a total of like 10 seizures, and they were consistent. Like they all happened in these past 6 months, and that's where it was really alarming because we were seeing seizures happen in, like, he would have one seizure and then the fever would go down and then it would spike back up and he would have another seizure, and it would all happen in a period of 24 hours. He would have like 3. And that's when the doctors were like, okay, something's, you know, not looking right. You know, we should definitely look a little deeper. We did a bunch of EKG testing. We did MRI. We also got him medicine in case his seizure went 5 minutes or longer, which they never have. They've always been like 20 seconds, 30 seconds at the most. And yeah, we did the MRI. All his results came back negative. Like everything was good. His brain looked perfect. There was no signs of epilepsy or anything looking like it's suspicious. We have done also EKGs after that to make sure that there's no like rhythmic activity, I believe, showing that he is on the verge of being epileptic. So yeah, we have gotten a lot of great news. We're obviously still very careful and monitoring him. He has gotten 2 fevers in the past 3 weeks and he did not get a seizure. So I was also so thankful. I've also just been very in tune with like God lately, and I feel like I am such a huge believer in the power of prayer, and I honestly have just been so in tune in my like spiritual journey with my relationship, with my marriage, with my friends, with my children, with my life, that I feel like honestly that's probably where I've noticed the biggest shift in my life, because I've always been very, very spiritual, guys. Like, I have always been someone, like, I have read the Bible since I was young, and a lot of you guys don't really know those things because I never was open about it. I have always had a very close relationship with God, and I have my own, like, spiritual beliefs and everything, and it has definitely not been the way that it is now, because you guys know I was very into astrology, and you will still occasionally hear me like, oh wait, what sign are you, but I'm not so deeply invested like I used to be, and that is so shocking because I was such a like zodiac girly, like at one point I was really into crystals, and at one point I like, a lot of those things that are not very holy. I had to like kind of learn through the hard way and just like different transitions in my life, and it has taken, this is why I don't judge anybody and who they are. Like, if somebody was like, I'm not gonna be like, estas son cosas del diablo, like, I feel like everybody gets to a point in their life where they naturally just start getting closer to God, and those things just happen naturally, and I don't speak so much about it because I don't ever want to push that on anybody. I'm always going to share with you guys, like, God bless you guys, and I'm going to church, and I'm going to share those things about my life, but I'm also never going to pressure anybody or make you guys feel like you guys are doing anything wrong or anything like that until you guys are ready to obviously make those changes in your life. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I am still learning, and I'm going through so many changes in my life, but that's like been the biggest thing. So I do feel like it has helped me so much with just going through everything with Mateo, going through everything with my life and all those transitions, my marriage and everything. Like, now we just have such a amazing relationship with God as a unit. And we never had that before, like him and I always say that Ulises and I, like, he's the one thing in my life that feels the most secure and the most structured for me, that I could have the most chaotic life and everything's like noise, and I'm going through so much, and I'm stressed, and I don't know what to do, and I'm anxious, and then as soon as I get home and I'm with Ulises, I just feel like peace and tranquility, and he has provided that for me from the start. But now the fact that we feel so much closer to God and we have implemented that in our relationship, it's just like 10 times better, you know what I mean? Like, it just feels like we can go through anything together. But we have been going through like that life change, and yeah, it's been taking a little bit of my time. Like, that's honestly just why I have been so freaking like MIA and working on myself, and it's always for good reasons, like, it's never because I'm just being lazy or I'm being bored at home. Like, I promise you guys, I never have like days where I'm just like sitting and not my mind thinking about what I'm gonna do, like if I'm doing enough for you guys, if I'm doing enough for my family, if I'm doing enough for my kids. Like, that's obviously something that I feel like as a mom we just naturally do, and as a human being in general, like, if you're somebody who has to have that tends to have like people pleasing tendencies and likes to be liked and cared about and all that stuff, like, all those things are really hard to like break out of. But that's like the main thing that has been like just consuming like my life, just kind of working on those like interior things and like being appreciative of life. And I've just been appreciating life so differently, I'm going through a spiritual awakening. I'm going through a spiritual awakening. It was like more business related, and how has it been managing a business and my personal life. And that just kind of goes back to tapping into like me creating a good foundation in my team, where I don't feel like I have to necessarily be there 24/7. But it has been really hard because I do own a business, and I always say it's a small business because I don't have like a huge team. I don't have a lot of investors. And if we have a very successful launch and I make, a certain amount of money, 90% of that goes back into the business, like goes back to payroll, goes back to, making a new investment. If I was to tell you guys the numbers, you guys would be like, what the fuck? Like, girl, how have you not like tapped out, because payroll alone, could be anywhere from like $30,000 a month, okay, on just having a team. And it's a lot sometimes that it makes me feel pressured, in the sense of like I feel like I have to work harder to make my dream a reality. So For those of you guys who do support my business and support EXO Cosmetics as well as ACTOFFAITH, which we have a huge announcement for ACTOFFAITH coming up, I really do appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Like, you guys do not understand how much it means to me, and I feel like I want to bring you guys along a lot of that journey of how it is to create a brand, because I want you guys to know how invested I am in my business and who you are supporting when you are purchasing. When you buy that lip kit, who you're supporting. You're not supporting my lavish life of like, oh, luxury and like buying this and like doing that. Like, you guys are supporting one person who is providing for so many different people, who is creating jobs for so many people, and who is also, you know, providing for her family. And I really do appreciate for all of you guys that do. Mateo and Ulises walking around like, hurry up, mom. Guys, see, this is life. This is mom life. But I know that you guys, you know, use your hard-earned money to support my dreams, because this is a dream. This is a dream for me, you know, like owning a cosmetic line and owning a fashion brand with my husband is ultimately the dream. Like, I want to be able to build this whole foundation for my children one day, and, you know, to pass these things down. And, you know, it's what I love. It's what I love to do. Like, I love makeup. I love clothing. It's like my two passions in one. And I'm able to live those dreams because you guys support me. And I feel like me chingo en el trabajo, because I really want you guys to know that it's always coming from like a good heart. Like, I pour my life into my products, and I pour all of my savings into my product. My camera keeps getting hot. It's like, wrap it up, girl. I have Lisa telling me to wrap it up. I have the camera telling me to wrap it up. Nobody wants to see me win. But like I was saying, you guys are supporting, you know, my dreams, because ultimately that is it. This is what it is. This is all the dream. I don't have investors. I don't have, you know, anybody telling me how to run the business. Like, I'm just letting God take the wheel, you know. I'm just like, Jesus, please protect us and protect my family and protect my kids and protect, you know, my business and our ventures and my dreams, you know, and like push me to the right direction. And I feel like that's ultimately all I can possibly, you know, do. But I hope you guys see that, and I want to just be more detailed in everything that comes out, because I want you guys to feel the love and feel the support of like every single product coming out. But with that being said, I launched lip kits. If you guys want to pick some up, you guys can go and pick them up. We have so many things coming. I wanted to really just do this video for you guys to like update you guys with like where I've been, what I've been up to, what I've been doing. I also want to do an IBS video and like gallbladder, because a lot of you guys have questions about like what I'm eating, what I don't eat, all that stuff. So if you guys have questions, let me know down below, and I will do like a whole separate video. And I'm just going to start doing more sit down videos. I know a lot of people don't like them. They say that they're boring, but I know that a lot of you guys do love them, and you guys do fuck with me just sitting down and talking to you guys and doing story times with you guys. So that's what I'm going to start doing, even if it's like on my lunch real quick for an hour and just chatting with you guys and uploading it on YouTube. Because at this point, like, what an embarrassment. Like, I am fucking embarrassed. Like, I'm embarrassed that I have been so bad at all of this. But just know I love you guys. Always, you guys are gonna be my main ones, always. Like, you guys here on YouTube are my number ones, okay? Like, I need to start showing you guys that you guys are my number ones, but y'all have been riding with me for years, and I fuck with you guys so much, and I just need to give you guys that same fucking love and respect back. Also, I'm working on my cussing. You guys, my camera's hot because it's hot outside. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I will see you guys on my next vlog, which is gonna be a road trip, and I will see you guys on my next one. Love you guys.